What are the benefits of hosting, you might ask? We decided to go to the source. We've had over 300 hosts across our platform since launch, and we decided to ask them the question, why did you decide to host a tiny house tenant? Here are the top 4 responses. At number 4, to share their space with like-minded people. Many of our wonderful hosts live on larger properties and dream of creating a village of sorts with communal gardens and gatherings with others who appreciate the simple off-grid life. Many of our members, your potential tenants, come from permaculture or natural therapies backgrounds and would be a perfect fit if you have this kind of a goal in mind. Reason number 3 for hosting, the housing crisis. Our hosts are some truly incredible people, and many of them have told us they almost feel guilty for living on these sprawling properties when there are so many people at risk of homelessness. Opening just a small corner of your property to someone who might otherwise struggle to find a traditional rental could be the most rewarding thing you ever do. You have the opportunity to make an impact on the housing crisis without even lifting a finger. At number 2, help with property maintenance. Is your property getting too much for you to manage? We tend to slow down a bit as we get older, and that's totally okay to ask for help. Or maybe you're a super busy young family who really aren't around much on the weekends, and your gardens and lawns are looking a little bit sad and getting a bit out of control. Why not consider an on-site caretaker position? This is what we call a work-in-lieu arrangement, which involves someone moving onto your property in their tiny house on a small corner in exchange for a small amount of regular labour or upkeep around the property. Some of our hosts also have an Airbnb on the same property because why not have both? And provide a spot for a tiny house tenant who stays there in exchange for a few hours a week doing the turnover cleans of the Airbnb. It can be quite challenging finding cleaners for handover cleans and turnovers in remote locations for these Airbnbs, so this is a brilliant win-win arrangement. The number 1 reason for hosting a tiny house tenant, as our hosts have told us, is to offset their mortgage costs. Let's face it, living expenses aren't going down anytime soon. Rental income is a fantastic way to offset your mortgage payment, but now that option is available to those who don't have a traditional investment property. You can actually monetize your family home just by opening up your backyard or an unused corner of your farm. It is unfortunately easy to be taken advantage of when hosting because you're all such good-natured souls, which is why it is so important to have guidance and accountability. We can help you find the right person who is screened and has references, and make sure you have a solid lease in place to protect all parties involved. There's no safer way to host than with Park My Tiny House. It's always a good time to host, but there's never been a better time than right now. Normally great value at $295. Click the link below to get started today for the never to be repeated one-time investment of only $99. With the potential to earn over $10,000 every year, it's a no-brainer. Click the link below to get started today.